Quasi here, and in today's video, I want to share with you the subtle balance between mindset and taking massive action. By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to actually balance mindset and action, what the sweet spot actually is, and how I figured it out. So I want you to stick around to the very end of this because it's going to be a short video, and I do think this will be really valuable for you. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Now, before I do get started, I wanted to quickly announce that I made a short boot camp for you and access our exclusive email list where I can share stuff that I can't really share on the channel. The link for that is in the pinned comment in the down below. So just scroll down, click on that, put in your email address, and you'll get access to our exclusive list. And you can obviously unsubscribe at any time. But with that, let's go right ahead and get started. So today I want to talk to you about mindset and action and what the difference is and if there is any difference. Now, what I want you to understand is the biggest problem is most people are on two poles of it. If you can imagine two poles, right? One pole is like massive action, effort, and the other pole is just completely rest, mindset, do spiritual stuff and surrender. And most people are on two different poles of this. They're either massive action, massive action, massive action, or don't take any action, just rest and, meditate and do all of that. Now, most people can't strike the balance between the two because in their minds, there's a lot of conflicts. They're like, if I work too hard, I might just, sabotage everything. Or they're like, if I don't work hard enough, then I won't get what I want. And both ideologies are flawed because they're just on two different poles of the spectrum, right? So what I figured was that in this world of duality, there's always going to be positive, negative, masculine, feminine, yes, no. You get the gist. Now, in any system where there is two conflicting ideologies, a solution that strikes a balance between the two is always the best, okay? So this is something that through my deep introspection, I've come to a conclusion about. And this is something that's helped me understand every single thing, right? When in any single system, there's like, you hear two contradicting gurus. They're like, you should do this, you should meditate, and you should, visualize and do all of that and forget the action. And the other one's like, just go out and take action and do the right tactics. One that strikes a balance between the two is always perfect. Now, everyone's balance is different, right? What's a balance for you might be unbalanced for me. So it is our mission to find what our personal balance is. And most of the time I see people who are struggling are always out of balance. This is always the number one cause for struggle, right? They're either too attached or they're too detached, right? The solution between attachment and detachment is unattachment, when you consciously choose not to attach yourself to something. Okay, so that's the number one thing I want you to remember. Whenever there is two contradicting ideologies in any system, one that strikes a balance between the two is always the optimal solution. So the other thing is, to give you an example of this, you never go to the gym and you keep going all the time and then you just gain muscles. It doesn't happen like that. You actually gain muscles during the recovery period, right? There needs to be a period of recovery. Another thing I've noticed when I was younger was when I went to the gym and I would hit like heavy weights. I'm saying I'm younger, like I was like, this was back when I was 18 or 20, but when I would like hit massive weights, I would like burn myself out and I would just stay stuck and stay plateaued at a certain weight. Like I couldn't, like for bench press, I wouldn't be able to go above 205 pounds. And I'd be like, I can't do this. Like I'm stuck here. And every single week it was just stuck at the same spot. But then after I took a prolonged period, like a break, I would come back from this break even stronger than before. Or I would switch exercises. Instead of doing like a flat bench, I would do like dumbbell bench in the meantime. And I would come back to it and I'd be like, oh shit, holy shit, I can lift more now. So that didn't make sense. And this also happened in my business. I would stay stuck in my business for a very long time. Like, I've been doing 5K, 10K a month. And then all of a sudden I went on vacation. I come back from the vacation, do my first 20K month, and then get to 80K month, and then get to 100K month, and then it keeps scaling up, right? And I've always found that whenever there's been a period of me working really, really hard, whenever I take a step back and switch off completely, and then I come back to it, I'm back to it much more refreshed. So my batteries are recharged and I've just shaken things up a little bit. right? So this brings me to my other point, where if you want to be fully in the zone, you have to know how to get out of the zone. One who doesn't know how to rest fully will never know how to work completely, okay? So if, after work on your off days, you're always thinking about work and you're trying to do work and you can't get your mind off it, you'll never be able to work 100% either, right? So if you're unable to defocus, you'll never be able to fully focus. And that's how it works in goal achievement as well. When you keep visualizing, you keep focusing on that goal, the more you do it, the more you stay stuck to a certain perspective and you only see a certain thing in your reality. So for example, if I keep visualizing the same thing, I'm going to see like the same cars and the same things happening in movies, but it won't come in my life. As soon as I surrender it and let go of it, all of a sudden it automatically shows up. It's kind of like placing an order and not bothering the waiter. If you keep bothering and badgering the waiter, then the waiter is going to keep changing the order and messing things up, and you're not going to get something nice. It's kind of like going to also the barber shop, right? If you keep telling your barber like what to do, like, oh yeah, trim this one like this and that one like that, instead of just saying, hey, I want to look like this. Can you make me look like this? You just show him a picture and you just sit and relax, right? And that's what I found to be the most effective for me. That's how it works. That's that subtle balance. If you're wondering how you achieve that place of flow, how to get into flow state, it's when you hit that sweet spot of effort and surrender. That's when you'll get into flow. You'll know that you're putting in the right amount of action and you're surrendered the right amount, okay? So the key to understanding this balance, something I've found from my personal life, is whenever things get stagnant. So for me in the bench press, when things were getting stagnant, I couldn't lift more. Or in my business where I was just getting stuck at that certain revenue level, I just couldn't scale up and I couldn't see like what it was that would get me there. I needed to rest and surrender. Okay, so that's the period you need to rest and you need to surrender. Rest and surrender when things are getting stagnant. And work when you haven't been working or you feel like you could put in more. Okay, always push it to the limit. Lean over the edge without falling off. If you feel like you've been overworking, now it's time to surrender. If you feel like you've been trying really hard and you haven't been getting the results you want, now it's time to like shake things up. You need to shake things up to unstagnate, okay? So there's that. Now, the other thing most people don't understand is when people believe that, it's all about massive action, tactics, and strategies, while that's true, what they don't see is that if you're not correctly aligned to a vision, if you don't have clarity around where it is you ultimately want to take your life, it doesn't matter what tactic or strategy you try, you're always going to be moving in a million different directions. This is the biggest problem I see with entrepreneurs who have like all of the tactics and strategies. They just keep trying new things, but they don't know where they want to get to. They talk about a certain revenue level and that's what they chase after, without any sort of grounding into that, without any sort of passion into that. They chase after a dry number. And that's why they always burn out or they can't quite get to it, because they're not actually they're not moved by it. They're not pulled by it. They have to push themselves every single day. I've seen that with a lot of our clients too. They've come in, they're like, oh, what the fuck does mindset do? How can me changing myself and changing my perspective change anything? But as soon as they've started to engage in the work, they've been able to take a step back and see things. Other things have come into their worldview that they weren't aware of before. So when you rest, surrender, and you let go, and you try out new things that were outside of your comfort zone, you start to shift your perspective. More things start to become available in your worldview that aren't currently available. So it's kind of like if you imagine like a little circle, that's what you're operating from. Expanding your comfort zone is having that little circle inscribed in a larger circle. So when your comfort zone gets expanded, you start to become that larger circle rather than that smaller circle you already were. This is why exploring, traveling, reading books you haven't read, and just shaking things up every now and then is so important. This is how you play with duality. This is how you truly become powerful. So with that, I conclude this video. I hope this was helpful. This was something that I've learned throughout my journey, and I wanted to make a video like this. I hope this conversational style video was helpful for you. Leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of this. If you'd like me to make more of this, I want to try to make more videos for you guys, but the past 3 months have been really busy. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell there so you're notified of any new video that I put out. And also, if you'd like to apply for mentorship, working closer with me to help you take your life, your business to the next level, how you can do that is go to the link in the description below. You can click on that, fill up a survey, and see if you qualify to work with us. Who we typically work with are entrepreneurs and business owners who want to take their businesses to the next level by changing themselves. Okay, by unblocking themselves. They see that they have all of the tactics and strategies, but right now it's not a tactical or strategic problem, at least not a direct one. What they're seeing is the fundamental, the root cause of the tactical and strategic problems is their mindset. They keep staying in their comfort zones. They keep repeating the same things over and over. They can't catch themselves. They don't really have a system to correct themselves. They don't know how to work on their internal worlds. If that sounds like you, the link for that is in the description below. Click on that, sign up for that, and someone will be speaking with you to see if we're a good fit. And we also have our free Facebook group. The link for that is also in the description below. Just go down, click on that. There's a 3-question survey you can fill up to join it. And I'll also see you there. Till next time. Peace.